Okay, let's go. Now today I will introduce the first algorithm in this course, decision tree. 这是我们今天要介绍的第一个本学期的演算法 decision tree. Because the preprocessing 我们已经做完了 ，cleaning 我们也做完了 ，transformation 我们也做完了，接下来我们就要做 mining 了。So this is the first algorithm. So what is classification? Supervised learning, right? Define and examples. Definition of the examples. For example, classification, the text of assigning object to one of several predefined, please underline, predefined category. 如果 if you are supervised learning, you will have attribute predefined as a category. And the task we want to do just assign the other objects into one of several predefined categories. For example, detecting the spam email. Spam 就是垃圾邮件嘛 ，spam or not spam. Okay, or predicting the tumor cells. 良性的或者是恶性的 ，OK. Classifying the credit card transactions as ligament or forward. 正常的或是盗刷的，好。Or classifying the secondary structures of proteins. 是 alpha 的、beta or random 的。Or we categorize the news stories as finance, weather, entertainment, sports. 你事先定义好的，然后我们把资料放到就是最像的那一个。好，我现在讲的很重要 ，very important, more than your assignment. 我希望你时间花在听我讲，否则你等一下没有办法做。你先不要打其他东西。Okay, first, this is the input and output of classification. This data set is for bank. 这是一个在银行的资料集。OK. 那每一列 each row is a record， 或者是叫 instance， 或者叫 example， 这是列我们讲过。然后呢 ，then this is the attribute， this is the input attribute X， but one of them 这个是 target attribute very important target attribute。So when we do the classification, it will be a target variable, and we will label it as a Y, means it's our target. And the other part is our X, because we want to use the refund, marital status, and taxable income to detect whether the customer will cheat or not. This data set is for bank. Sometimes the bank customers want to loan some money, right? 那个客户到银行就想要借贷嘛，借钱。那银行要决定 whether I want to give the money to the customer. So we will base on the information of the customer, whether the customer refund or not. 这个人有没有借过钱？How about the marital status? 他的婚姻状况如何 ？And the taxable income 税前收入如何 ？And based on those data set, whether they cheat means 会倒账。Means he borrowed some money but didn't give the interest or give the money back. So it will be the loss of the bank. So it will be very important issues. So we have to detect whether the money will give to the customer. 就是核贷这件事 whether we will approve loan. 好 ，So input the attribute X 就是我们给了这三个。Finally, we will have a model and output Y. So we will predict whether yes or not in this case. So sometimes we will give a collection of records. 就是我们会有一个资料集，通常我们叫它 training data set 训练资料集 training data set. Each records will contain a set of attributes. 每一笔资料呢都会有很多的栏位 and one of the attribute is class. We also call that target as Y. And we want to find the model of the attribute class as a function. So the model is a function. And we want to predict the target class. So our goal is previously unseen records should be assigned as a class as accurately as possible. 就是我们想要把一个资料未知的，把它分配到正确的类别，越正确越好。But how do we know whether it is correct or not? We need the test set. 测试资料集，我们需要一个测试资料集 used to determine the accuracy of the model. Accuracy of the model. So usually when the company give you data, then we will divide into two parts: training data set and testing data set. One is for building the model, and testing data set is used to validate it. So I will use the blackboard to let you know the detail. Hello? Actually, we will have a data set just like this. Usually, we will divide into two parts. One is for training. So we will build a model, right? The data set will build a model, right? And how do we know the model is good or not? So the other part is a testing data set. 测试。所以 the testing data set have the answer or not? 它有没有答案 ？Absolutely 有。它也是一个表格 ，a lot of x and will have a y, right? Right? And this model will test because you will have maybe yes, yes, no. And the model will have to predict. Oh, input this x, maybe the answer is yes. Input it, I predict as y, I predict as y. So we will see, oh, this is correct. This is correct. This is not correct. This is correct. So we validate, we use the data set to validate the performance of the model, 对吧？我们用这个测试标题去看这个 model 的效能如何，对吧？所以要分成两个。那为什么它可以当测试标题呢 ？Because the testing data set 不是只是测这一边哦，它其实它的角色是黑色，它不是只代表它自己，它代表的是母体。Actually, testing data set is represent the population， 就是母体。它只是抽这个人来负责当测试，but actually 它是 population， 就是母体，只是用它来当做代替母体了啊。所以它不能够太大 ，it can be too larger. Otherwise, your data set is not enough for training. It could be not too small. Too small is do not have a representative. 太小没有代表性，太大你训练集资料不够。So usually it's 80% for training, 20% for testing, but it's just experience rules. 这个不是确定的，但是就是 usually 业界会这样做，好吗？ So this is the training data set. We have the answer. We induction 是归因呐 ，induction 是归因呐。Then we learning the algorithm. We will have a model. 我们有一个模型，它负责 predict 啊。这边是 deduction 是演绎推论。Okay, so the testing data set we covered the answer first. Then we predict. Maybe this is yes, this is no. This is yes, this is yes, this is no. And then we uncover the answer. Check whether the answer is correct. 好，我们先把答案带出，对不对？然后呢，我们来确定whether it's correct or not. Maybe. And we find this is correct, this is incorrect, correct. So maybe the performance is 80%. The accuracy is 80%. Understand what I mean? Okay, good. So next part. There is a lot of classification techniques. Maybe will appear in the next decision tree. We will introduce today. K-means neighbor, 最近语法. Support vector machine, SVM. Random forest, right? And logistic regression. And neural network. This is just like a basic of the deep learning. 深度学习的基本概念. And naive Bayesian. Naive Bayesian. So maybe I want you to give me 3 methods of classification techniques. I want you to know how is the example. Okay, because actually classification techniques there's so much. Okay, and this class data mining we will cover 1, 2, 3, 4. 我们只教这4个，不够时间的。Okay, the other parts I think the regression or the deep learning 会 cover 这个东西。Okay, so now we will do the induction, 归纳 induction. So please pay attention. This is the Hunt's algorithm. 好 ，Hunt 的演算法。好，它怎么做呢 ？First, I want to find. 我希望找到客户的 customer don't cheat. Then I will loan the money to her, to him. First, I use the refund attribute. 我先用这个 attribute refund. 然后呢 ，then we will find the refund yes, C B, 第4笔、第7笔，对吧 ？Right? And we reference the result. 就是我的目标变数 no, no, no. Means what? Means when I use the refund, it will divide it into 2 parts. This yes 是这个 yes. Okay? This no 是这个 no. So 我们发现1号 number 1, number 4, number 7. Please pay attention. This is very important because I don't think so. I don't think if you do not pay attention, you can finish the assignment later. 就是你现在没有认真，你等下一定不会做，所以你不要再玩手机了。Okay, refund 147好，都是 no， 这边都是 no 好，然后接下来 second part， 这些 no 的2、3、5、6、8、9、10。2、3、5、6、8、9、10怎么办呢？哦，我们分成这2个嘛，好，147、2、3、5、6、8、9、10，这个就盖掉咯，因为我们已经用过了。We covered that, we deleted that. We just mentioned 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and we use the second attribute, marital status, and we will find the marital status just married, right, and single and divorced. Now 就是现在我要把它分成2组，但 actually when you do the assignment， 我等一下给你发的作业跟 exercise， 请你就是它几种就分几种，不能合并 ，cannot combine。Okay, and we will find the married is no, no, no. So when you are not refund this way, then I will ask you what is your marital status. Then you told me I'm married. So who will go to this part? 2, 6, 9. We'll move to this part, right? Right? Then they are all not checked. Finished. When it's finished, it means all the same class. 它就是结束的时候，就是都同一个类别了，就不会再涨了。这是有不同类别才会往下涨。好，下一个。那3、5、6、3、5、8、9怎么办？3, 5, 8, 10. We will move to next part. We will use the third attribute, income, taxable income. 3, 5, 8, 9. How do I divide it? 我们用了一个 number 80， 80。然后呢，我们就发现 ，then we will discover if we use the 80,000 cut. And we will find larger than 80,000, it will be yes. 5, 8, 10. But lower than 80,000, it will be only 3. But actually, it's clear. There is no node. It's different. 好，所以我用中文讲一下，这边呢已经没有不一样的了。147 is not checked. Okay, but if you are not refund, I will ask you marital status and refund. Marital status is no cheat 269, and the other the remaining parts 3, 5, 8, 10. If we use the taxable income 80%, 80,000, we'll divide it into 2 parts, and we'll find when your taxable income lower than 80,000, then it's not cheat. But if larger, it will be cheat and done. There is no node different. 没有一个在节点里面是 different. They are all the same. So finally, the tree will just like this way, right? The tree will just like this way. 我把它简化 The tree will just like this way. Okay? Understand? Understand? 需要我用中文讲一遍吗？需要。好，那我们从前面。In Chinese part， 再讲一遍。好，放子演算法，我想要找到没有 cheat 的部分。好，首先我先找到 refund。refund 我发现147它都是 yes，yes 对到 cheat 就是 no。refund yes，147 是 yes， 然后他们都是 no， 所以结束，双方结束 no 结束。然后2、3、5、6、8、9、10，啊，混着有 no 也有 yes， 那就代表分不干净，所以我用第2个 attribute。那其他分好的就盖掉了。The second attribute is marital status, and we will find the other remaining parts have to divide it into 2 branches. 这个是树枝，这个是树根啊，树枝。And when the customer is married, 269, it will belong to not cheat because the answer is no cheat, right? And the other parts not clear. 这个地方没有一样。Not understand, not clear. So we will divide into next part, taxable income. 我们用3、5、80继续分。往下分的时候，我决定用 80. I decided to use the 80 to determine the remaining result. And we will find when the taxable income larger than 80,000, then it will cheat. But the others won't cheat. So the result is like this. And this graph, just like this tree, refund 147, not refund 从这边是269，好，到这边呢是3、5、8、10， then everyone has the position, and 这个叫做树叶 is a leaf。Leaf means there is no data different category， 没有资料是不同类别的，他们都同一类别的就结束了，可以吗 ？Attribute 写在这边，然后它的值是 branches。OK，OK， so I want you to do this one. As I mentioned, I want you to pay attention because I want you to do the exercise. 助教，你帮我放到后面一张。Please do the assignment now. I just mentioned I want you to pay attention because I want you to do the往后翻好吗？都把分场，还有谁没拿到？好，谁看不到人？后面这个传。好，这个今天教的呢，这个方法，上个礼拜教 ，if you cannot finish this week， 那就是下礼拜教就是95。Starting from now. Now, I hope you really pay attention to what I mentioned previously because I told you very important. If not pay attention and do use things, maybe you have to study my models. That's what it is. 之前老师教过的同学最快的是12分钟。The tree will be very different， 会有很多 different variants 的结果。 只要你画到 the leaves maxima 总共是5个叶子。好，叶子怎么算 ？How to count the leaves？ This means one leaf. One, 2, 3, 4. This means 4 leaves. This tree is 4 leaves. 这棵树最棒的 optimal tree is 4 leaves. 所以你画超过我们这个 data set 呢是 it will be 5 leaves. The exercise will be 5 leaves. This, the maximum best tree is 5 leaves. 最好的结果是5个叶子，超过5个叶子的 if you draw the tree more than 5 leaves, it means it's not optimal. Please re-choose the attribute. There is 4 attributes. 我刚刚示范的是一个一个挑嘛，对不对？你可以自己挑哪个先，哪个后。我没有放奖励上去吗？好，那请大家是找你不说哈。我来看一下，我应该有放，只是没有发布，抱歉。